All right, welcome to our instructional video for Campo Cross Country and Track. This is our performance warm-up and cool-down routine, and we've got Tyler and Kate demonstrating all of these different exercises, starting with leg lifts, and then we're going to transition into our chest lifts. The athlete should start by squeezing their glutes, and then lifting their chest, and finishing by squeezing their shoulder blades together at the top. We want to spend more time off the turf, less time with our chest down. Now we're transitioning to standard sit-ups, knees bent, feet flat, hands behind the head, and we're using our abdominal muscles rather than pulling on the back of our head, all the way up, pressing our chest against our thighs. Now we're transitioning to bird dogs. In this exercise, it's critical to maintain integrity in the core. The athlete wants to squeeze their belly button in, keep their spine as straight as possible, and avoid turning and twisting as we move the levers. So extending the fingertips out in front and pressing that heel back. Now we're transitioning to the diagonal crunch, laying on the back, put the ankle on the opposite knee, and now we're bringing the opposite elbow to the knee. So we're moving diagonally across the core, squeezing our abdominals, our obliques, and then we'll switch it up and do the other side. And now we transition into mobility movements. These are forward skips, crossing the arms laterally in front and then swinging them backward, opening up the shoulders, the hip girdle, trying to pick our knees up, toes up in front. And now we'll do the same type of skip with a circle of the arms overhead, trying to get extension, driving that knee high, and again, keeping that toe cocked in the dorsiflexed position. And now we'll do some lateral mobility, starting with this shuffle step, keeping our feet parallel, not crossing, and extension again with the arms up overhead. Now we'll move to another lateral drill. This is the crossover, turning our hips, picking our feet up and stepping over, and trying to keep our torso quiet and parallel to the lines on the turf. And then we're going to go over to the fence and do some additional hip mobility. This is a fence hurdle exercise. The athlete wants to keep their shoulders square to the fence, stay nice and tall, and we're picking up that foot over the imaginary hurdle and leading with our knee up. And then we do the reverse. Again, imagine a hurdle there, and we're picking that foot up over the top. And this transitions into leg swings. We'll start with lateral leg swings. This is really trying to get that hip opened up, keeping the shoulders again square to the fence, so we're not turning our torso, but we are rotating in the hips and trying to get those feet way up high as the top of the fence. And these are linear fence hurdles. Again, we want good range of motion, swinging that toe way up in front, about as high as our chin, and the sweep of the leg backward, getting that heel up above the top line of the fence. Now we're back to skip drills, this time an H skip, driving that shin forward, toe up in the dorsiflex position, torso tall and over the hips, so we're leading with our chest forward, and we are switching, meaning both legs are moving simultaneously, one driving forward, the other pulling underneath the center of mass. And then we transition to high knees. So this is a knee lift drill, switching. You can see Kate doing a great job driving those shins forward, toe up in front, while keeping the torso erect over her center of mass, right above her hips. Quick, light touches on the turf and driving those knees up with good hip flexor contraction. we're doing a heel lift. So the heel snaps up under the glute as the knee hinge shuts. This is an action that's driven by the hip flexor. It's not the hamstring doing the work here. So we're snapping the heel up underneath with a passive hamstring and a hinge at the knee. Following the workout, we'll hit the performance cool down, starting with tricep dips. We'll find ourselves a bench, put our palms down with our fingers pointed towards our hips, move out from the bench, and now we're hinging at the elbow using that tricep contraction to raise our body weight up and down. We'll follow this up with double leg pop-ups. We'll start with our feet set shoulders width apart, and we'll explode up and land quietly on the bench with active feet. We'll follow this up with body weight rows. Get the body tight, core engaged, and now we're pulling the chest to the bar. Single leg knee drive. We'll do one side at a time. Kate's on the right hand side, driving that left knee up and exploding off the bench with a little hop at the top. Synchronize the arms. Tyler will do the same thing on the opposite leg. Try to keep that knee tracking directly over the ankle. You don't want that knee to be moving laterally. Those are the performance warm-up and cool-down routines. Good luck.